Everyone, Kim here with Abundant Life Tarot. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to talk about the devils in the details. This is going to be a walkthrough of all of my favorite devil card depictions from the tarot. And we're talking about this as the inspiration, this card right here. You know, we have our associations typically with this card. It could represent in relationships like codependency, attachment, unhealthy attachment, unhealthy patterns, toxicity. It can denote there's some sort of addictive patterns happening, but it also could be that debauchery is needed, playfulness is needed, acting a little devilish. It can describe a person. It could be like this person has kind of got a little devilish personality to themselves, even at sometimes really dark energies. At other times, it could just simply represent the season and the timing of Capricorn. So, if you want to hear more about my favorite devil card depictions in all of my decks, I went through all of them to see which ones I really love the devil card in. Stay tuned. First one I want to talk to you about is from the Slow Tarot. Okay. Now, I don't know if she, being the creator, changed the devil depiction when she made subsequent additions to this deck. I don't know. This is the first edition. But I want to share with you all why I am so fond of it. Unlike this one, where you almost feel the shame like of Adam and Eve in the, Rider-Waite Smith version. In this edition, and there is nudity in these cards, by the way. I should have said that in the beginning. But, there's a certain decadence here. There's devilish things going on, in terms of a bit of debauchery. Is it all bad? Maybe, maybe not. Are you over-consuming too much all the time? Perhaps. Or maybe you're just doing a little indulgence from time to time, and it just is a nice way of blowing off some steam. I mean, there's like devil food cake depicted here. There's red velvet cake in the background. It almost looks like an orgy or something going on back here. There's a hand. There's someone laying here, and a hand kind of just draped over the side of that person. And I am just drawn to this depiction because, sometimes the devil card is not about being naughty and someone having an addictive pattern. Yes, this card could certainly speak of that, but it also could be an invitation to be a little more devilish. There are some people who never have lived, they never took risks. They never, did a little something for the fun of it, for the joy of it. And yeah, you might get in a little trouble. There's people who walk this earth who have never experienced that. And sometimes you need that. But I'm kind of a rebel at heart, so, be careful out there. But I really appreciate this depiction. I mean, I could go on, but for time's sake, we're going to keep moving. But this is glorious artwork. It's one of my absolute favorite depictions of the devil. Next devil card I want to speak on is from the Delta Enduring Tarot. And this one is a modern depiction. It is not for everyone, and some people may or may not be able to get it. But I totally got it. I will link in the description box some of where these decks came, like where these cards came from in terms of like the Delta Enduring. I think I talk about the devil card recently, like earlier this year I did a video on it. So I won't go into too much detail, but we have a police trailing a young black man, and I believe the young black man, he's wearing a hoodie. And in this scenario, it's like, who is the devil? Is it the police rolling down the street like very slowly behind this gentleman? Or is it the gentleman? Did he just do something? Did he do something that would warrant being scoped out? And, you know, if you've seen, and I have seen police brutality up front and personal. So yes, I, you know, have great feelings about police officers and the work that they do and the risk that they take. But I've also seen the other side, the more devilish side, the corrupt side. And it's frightening. It can be quite frightening. So this devil card is something that I really appreciated, because when this deck was created, it was encapsulating a lot of what black and brown people were feeling. You know, we were being hunted in a way. But yet there are times when, you know, there's something going on in the neighborhood, and it was helpful to have the police trailing them because they were just coming back from, you know, robbing a little old lady or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I love what direction this could go or not go. So yeah, that's from the Delta Enduring Tarot. Right, here's the Bohemian Gothic Tarot. This is from the 3rd edition. And oh my goodness, first of all, I'm just in love with this color palette, like these cool jewel tones. I mean, just decadent to me. I love this deck, if you can't already tell. I enjoy that this, I guess, woman, I don't know, she almost looks like a witch, a redheaded witch. She is about to inject this woman with something in this, you know, this needle here. And it's almost like, on one hand, you could look at this woman's face and wonder, does she even know that this is about to happen? Or this could be that she does know, and she's really kind of begging and at the mercy of this person to give her what she needs. I just found that just so incredibly, like, brilliant to me, this depiction. Yeah, that's what I'll say about the Bohemian Gothic. What are your thoughts about this devil card? Actually, with any of the cards, I'd appreciate if you would share what your impressions are of these cards and what are some of your favorite devil depictions, as well as, I'm going to say this earlier and then later, please hit the like button. I might say it again later because I'll probably forget I said it now. But do me a favor and hit the like button if you're liking this content. So yeah, that's the Bohemian Gothic Tarot. Let's look back to 3rd edition. So let's talk about the Everyday Enchantment Tarot. And again, it's almost like that invitation, like, where are we going? What are we doing? What we on? That's the feeling I'm getting. Like, this guy is like looking back at me and like, let's go. What are we doing? We going down the wrong way, but we don't care. This is the shortcut to getting where we need to go. You know, you just, it has a different energy than what you are finding in the traditional devil, right? I mean, of course, there could be some addictions here with this champagne bottle. I mean, he's got a champagne bottle in the car, but on the other hand, it's not open. So maybe he's taking it to his girlfriend's house. He's smoking something. I remember the guidebook saying like a questionable cigarette looking thing here. But what I love about this depiction, what Poppy did, was she has him in color. We have the red do not enter signs, but everybody else is kind of pale here as they're walking along, living a very mundane, drab life while he's living a freaking colorful life. So it takes that whole element of wrongness out of the equation. Although we know he's doing wrong. We know it. He going straight down the one way. I mean, come on. He's not doing right. But who are we to judge? That's the feel I get from this card. Who are we to judge? All right, so here we have the Afro Tarot, the devil from the Afro Tarot, and I love this. There, you know, yes, he's got on this headdress with the horn, you know, ram horns or what have you, or the horns. And I mean, it's an interesting depiction. They're not chained. They're not chained, but they're standing in a position of, like, what's the word? Kind of reticence, I suppose. Just, you know, kind of taking what they're given and just kind of accepting what it is. And sometimes we get caught in those cycles, those unhealthy patterns and cycles with our beloved in a situation, a codependent situation, an unhealthy codependent situation. I love the colors. I love this collage style where it's using, you know, real people, and it's to me, I really like this a lot, actually. I do. That's the Afro Tarot. It's going to be in your face and quite disturbing. Make no mistake about it. This is the New Era Elements Tarot, okay? A lot of people, when this deck first came out and they saw this devil, they were like, oh, hell no. Like, no. This is all wrong. You've got a little dead black child here, you know. But, I mean, there's actual, not just him, there's other deceased children. I mean, this is a lot to take in. It's a trigger warning for sure. I'm trying to get it where it focuses. But you've got a dollar symbol here. You know, these children have died for the, you know, the mighty dollar. The mighty dollar makes, you know, has a serious cause and effect going on here. We have the Nazi symbol, and what is that? I always forget what that is, that symbol. I'm sure one of my lovely folks in the comment section will mention it if they remember to. But yeah, this is really difficult to take in, and I rarely would use this deck in a professional client reading unless I was really comfortable with that client. In fact, out of the two, if I was choosing between these two of which ones I would use in the client reading, it would probably be this one, right? This is a lot to take in, but I still can appreciate the messages that are coming through with this card. That's what I'll say about it. That's the New Era Elements Tarot. Here's the Tasma African Tarot. This is so luxe. I mean, it's this rose petal finish, but you can still shuffle it. It's just luxe. It's amazing, amazing quality. Let me see if I can get close. You can even see the gold foil here around this devil's head. More of a traditional take on it. You see the chains. I hope you can see that. Fire and flame and brimstone. Looks like he's got claws instead of hooves. I just not really paid attention to that. It's got the, you know, traditional bat-like wings. And I don't know, this is powerful to me, and I'm loving the color palette of it. So this one's not as in your face as some of the other ones I'm showing you, and I do use this deck in client readings, online virtual ones, from time to time. I would not probably use this deck with in-person readings because I don't want to beat it up, and I don't want others to like mess with it. It's one of my luxury decks. Okay. This is the Tasma African Tarot. All right, so this is from the Uncommon Tarot, and I really, really enjoy this one. Another collage style art. If you haven't noticed, I have an affinity or an appreciation for this art style, so I gravitate towards it. We've got a couple down here kind of doing the, you know, doing the things that we do, you know. And instead of having like the bat wings, we have like a moth's wings here, it looks like, or butterfly wings, I suppose. The person is wearing a headdress with the horns. Yeah, it's quite interesting actually looking at it. And if nothing else, I just love the aesthetic of it. Sometimes I just love cards because I just like the way it looks. And yeah, it reads fine. I like the Uncommon Tarot, and I like working with it. I need to work with it more often. But if nothing else, I'm loving this vibe. Okay, loving the vibe. It's the Uncommon Tarot. A classic. This is the Cosmic Tarot, and you know what's fun about doing these type of videos is then I get to be reacquainted with some of the decks that I'm like, what? I've got almost brand new decks on my shelves that I need to utilize and bust in and break in because I have beat up my main go-to ones to the point where I'm already looking in my stash for another working deck because I be putting a hurting on them. Okay, what do I love about this one? What do I love? Well, he's wearing a suit. I'm loving this look, this feel here, like the little burnt oranges against the purple and the dawn or the dusk, I don't know. Very industrial looking. There's bondage and chains. It's got the little star necklace here. Feeling very industrial like, and like, you know, and what's interesting about these faces here, these people, they seem to be kind of here for it. They're not really feeling like, I'm not getting the feel that they're not wanting to be there. They seem like they like that they're there. So again, you know, this helps you to look at the Devil card in a different light. Yeah, what do you think about the Cosmic Tarot's Devil? What do you think about this? Anything that stands out to you to mention in the comments? So we have the Haunted House Tarot, and I need to use this more while it's still the Halloween holiday, you know, like Thanksgiving, Christmas. Of course you can use this deck any time of the year, but it just makes sense during Halloween, right? Haunted House Tarot. Okay. It's Lo Scarabeo. This is a mass market deck. Borderless. Nice smaller tarot size that I appreciate. And this devil ain't playing. She got her little torch in her hands. These folks don't appear to want to be in this devilish bondage. They don't want to be. They're, you know, grasping at these, you know, what do you call it? These little clamps here around their necks. They're trying to get them off. So it's an interesting depiction. This deck is about a story. It's a story of the main, you know, like a main character. And so the guidebook kind of takes you through the 78 cards. And so, yeah. So you just know that if you're going to work with this deck. But I like it. I like it a lot. Haunted House Tarot. It's a good karma tarot, and I have to be careful. This one's glossy, so I have to watch out for glare, but I really like the simplicity of it. I like the annoyed look on her face. I like that it's just one person in bondage, and then here we've got this dude here with the horns and the crescent moon, sideways crescent moon, and flames. And the annoyed look to me from her is kind of like, is she annoyed with herself for getting herself in this predicament? Is she annoyed with him? Is she just, you know, what is going on? It's very, you know, not so in your face as some of the other cards that we're looking through, right? This is the good karma, so you could use this for a variety of clients and go many different directions depending on the corresponding cards that come out in the reading. So I appreciate that. Yeah, she looks straight up annoyed, but I like that. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, there's something so especially quirky and divine about the True Heart Intuitive Tarot Devil card. Very kind of, it's a little freaky, but I'm loving the creepy factor of it. with all the skulls. And what is this? These are hands here. There's hands and flames, but it almost looks like he's in some sort of cauldron situation. And then you've got the animal skull. What do you, I don't know. We've got actual feathered wings here. And then the two people, they are attached. They're attached to one another. And it almost looks like, and maybe they're tied. Maybe there's something tied in their hands, but maybe it's not. Maybe their hands are just tucked behind them. And this is about you having the ability to, overcome whatever it is that's holding you back or holding you tied to a situation or to a relationship. You have the power. Yeah, it may take you a little bit to stand up on your own 2 feet and to unhook this situation and to move away, but it can be done. Yeah, I like going through my specific cards. I used to have a series called Card by Card. It only did a few episodes to it, but I might bring it back, where we look at different cards across the board. Right now we're doing the Devil. Tarot of Mystical Moments. Isn't this just so sweet? I adore it. I adore this art style. I think it's quite beautiful. And yes, it's glossy, but I don't mind. It's got silver gilding too. What I wanted to do with this one though is I had earmarked the Devil in the guidebook here and just wanted to read up for you on this, okay? So it says, the card of the Devil shows a spider woman who lures you into her web. She is sitting on a red mushroom, a warning of danger and poison. The spider's look is alluring, and she is trying to tempt you by offering sweet cherries. Oh, I see them sweet cherries right there, yeah. She preys on your weaknesses and delusions. She has patiently weaved her spider web, which appears delicate but is actually unbreakable. If you're not careful, you can get trapped in a spider web of submission and indulgence. Yes. Upright meanings, obsessions, traps. I like that. Traps with the web, right? Temptations, delusions, allure, corruption. You think of the Cosmic Tarot when I think of corruption. And the New Era elements, Dead Children, Devil card as well. Enmeshment, that's a good keyword for the Devil. And indulgence. Reverse meanings is release, autonomy, healthy attitudes, informed decisions. And just to kind of go back to here, and this kind of ties into what I was speaking about here, if this was in the reverse even. It doesn't even need to be in the reverse. A person can just read it as, okay, you can release from this situation should you choose. You can gain some autonomy here. Okay, so that is the Tarot of Mystical Moments. So now we have the Stretch Tarot. This is pretty much a traditional tarot, let me start over. This is, you get the same feel here with the traditional Devil. I don't know why I was having a hard time saying that, but there's no couple here. It's just the Devil, and he's even doing something similar with his hand. His hands are almost in similar positions here. Okay, Roman numerals, the star, or pentagram, or what have you. The symbology inscribed or tattooed on the arms. And yeah, I just really like the feel of this Devil. Probably I just really also like the color palette, if I'm to be perfectly honest. And what else? I'm looking at the cards with you. I think that's it. That's what we're going to say about this card here. The Devil from the Stretch Tarot First Edition. Now we have the Dreamkeepers Tarot First Edition Devil. Very romantic to me. and dreamy, hence the name Dream Keepers. She's leaning into the indulgence of it all, indulging in this embrace and this, caress of this devil. She welcomes it. I've had clients who welcome the devil with open arms into their life, for better or for worse, y'all. But nevertheless, they had open arms, and that's the feel I'm getting from this one, from the Dream Keepers Tarot. It's one of my most favorite devil depictions, and it is just, to me, a whole vibe, and that's probably why I like it. The colors, being like this person, it seems like they're underneath water, and it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's really scary actually when I look at this devil card. But there's something about it that is just draws you to it. And it's not so in your face. Like, this is a devil card from the Super Lunaris Tarot, and it just draws you in a way that's a little different than the Smith-Waite. It's not so in your face, but yet it's like, oh, I'm suppressed, I'm pushed down. The devil is sitting on my shoulders, a monkey on my back. Oh yeah, that's the Super Lunaris Tarot. This is from the Way Home Tarot, and I really like this devil card. Now, I think I have the guidebook on my Nook, but I haven't read my Nook. I usually just use my Kindle now, not really my Nook anymore. And it's the WTF Tarot. It's like the guidebook to it. So I would be curious to see what is behind this depiction. But for some reason, I like it because these are like show horses, right? Like at a circus. And they're, to me, like when I became an adult, it just didn't sit right for me going into a circus or going to like Marine World. And no judgments if you all still go. No judgments at all. But it just, I guess I may have watched too many like documentaries on mistreatment of animals, and it just bothered me. And I've seen the mistreatment of it, and this devil depiction totally speaks to me. And I feel like they are raring to go. Like they might stampede on us watching them. They might get a little rowdy and devilish themselves because they're fed up. It's an interesting take on the devil, and I really am here for different takes on the traditional. Another one of my Lux decks. This is the Moonchild Tarot, and I mean, just here for the colors. Just here for it, really. Honestly, it's a safe card to get, so to speak, in terms of you don't have really any nudity here. You don't have anything that's shocking and jarring. You just have, some things that will help you along your path of understanding the devil during a reading. You've got the serpent here. You've got some freaky looking devils up here. You've got the horns, right? I get a sense of strong Capricorn tied to this devil for some reason. Yeah. So anyways, I'm feeling the Moonchild. And in fact, I wanted to pull out its guidebook. So beautiful and chunky. And share with you some information. Some keywords, okay, that is with this gorgeous guidebook. It says, the devil hides his face behind our destructive human traits and the self-inflicted tendencies that feed our internalized shame, guilt, and fear. In this image, we see the ancient archetypes of this key that have become pervasive with the collective memory and shadow. Wow. And some keywords are bondage, entrapment, temptation. Temptation is so good. Ego and oppression. And I came up with the other word, suppression, suppress, oppress, right? And Saturn is depicted here. Astrological is Capricorn. And gemstones, black tourmaline, fire opal, obsidian, and onyx. Let's see. Yeah, I'll stop there, but it's got some good information here in this little guidebook. So yeah, that's the Moonchild Tarot. I love this deck. Don't use it often. Nevertheless, I love it as a collector for sure. Okay, we have up next the Darkness. I'm like, oh, Darkness of Light. Goodness. First edition. It is in Italian, I believe, the keywords on the majors. And wow, this is pretty creepy, erotic a bit, but not really erotic. I've seen way erotic devil cards. And in fact, I almost busted out some, but I was like, nah, they're not necessarily my favorite depictions, and they would just be for awe and shock value, which I'm not always here for. So anyways, so you've got a traditional depiction here. I mean, you've got a very busty woman right here. She's quite busty, sorry. Just an observation. And the gentleman, his backside is facing us, and they are attached, and the faces are kind of obscured and blurred. Can't quite see what's going on there. I love the angles that this artist captured in this particular depiction of the devil. You see that? Try not to get a glare. Yeah. And we're getting very much this vibe, except the devil is looking like off to there with this one, and this one's looking straight forward at us. But similar vibes. So that is the Darkness of Light Tarot First Edition. Please, this is one of my favorites as well. This is from the This Might Hurt Tarot First Edition. And yeah, look at this. This devil is also having this traditional hand up, hand down. You see that here, point, you know, this pointing up, this pointing down, except a cigarette in hand. And all of these folks just kind of indulging, and they are, you know, handcuffed. They have chains wrapped around them. Some of them look pretty much into it, like they are partying for the sake of partying. This is what they do. And others, there are some pained looks, I can kind of tell. There's somebody kissing here, and I love the colors. I really do. I like this deck a lot. I need to use this one more often. I used to use it a lot when I first got it, and in client readings, but I think I was trying to save the gilding because it's got that, you know, I forgot what you call it. It's like a special gilding that I didn't want to mess up any further than I already did. So yeah, I'm going to just read a little bit from the devil from the guidebook here. This Might Hurt. Let's see. She says, the creator, the devil depicted in the form of Baphomet, the Sabbatic goat, an intersex magical deity used in modern Western mystic traditions, often used visually as a stand-in for Satan, lords over a crowd of blissfully unaware partygoers. Focus on the chains. Each person in the crowd is engaged in destructive behaviors: sex, alcohol, drugs, and conflict. Any of these behaviors might be fine in moderation, but the devil is about ruinous extremes. And I'm going to skip the next paragraph and get to the last paragraph. It says the devil card can also indicate evils that are out of control. We can be chained by unjust societies in abusive situations. More broadly, the devil indicates that you are trapped by a lie. The power of the devil is the belief that there you have no alternatives. But you do. Once you have figured out what your devil is, your job is to slip free of the chains. There is also, like, if you were wondering if somebody was being truthful or deceitful and the devil came up, I would say to me that would mean they're being deceitful. If you're, you know, if you're wondering if like, oh, are they cheating on me? Well, I don't know. This is feeling very much like yes. No. You know what I'm saying. So yeah. Yeah. Doing too much. That's the This Might Hurt tarot. There you have it, folks. My stack of favorite devil cards. I'm curious to hear what your favorites are. Maybe from just this video or your own personal favorites that you have in your own collection. I want to hear from you. Also share with me in the comments below some of your favorite keywords for the devil card, your favorite depictions, your favorite funny moments of when the devil card came up and just spoke truth, right? Just read you for filth, right? That's what the devil can do sometimes, many of the times. But yeah, I want to hear from you. Please, on your way out, hit the like button. It really helps the channel and it lets me know that you're appreciating this type of content here. And also, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. I want you to be a part of my little Abundant Life Tarot family over here. So, I just like kind of doing this with them. I like doing this. I think I'm going to take a picture of them all on my table. Yeah, what do you think? All right, you guys, love you. Take good care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.